Our Sunday Specials starts now. Sometime last year, Nnewi in Anambra State was rated the Nigerian town with the most concentration of millionaires. But most people from the town are self-made traders, and there are a number of manufacturers with factories there. And as TVC's Hilary Noruka finds out, Nnewi's wealth has been built through a system of apprenticeship common in southeastern Nigeria.
It's a modest town with motorcycles everywhere you look. But Nnewi in Anambra State has more billionaires per capita than anywhere else in Nigeria, according to Forbes. The story of the billions cannot be told without talking automotive vehicles, and many of the town's wealthy were made here at the motorcycle markets. It's at the heart of the town, and you'll find everything here, from parts to imported whole bikes and locally assembled ones. One of Nnewi's biggest businessmen and manufacturers, Innocent Chukwuma, has a history with motorcycles.
I started by trading on motorcycle spare parts. After motorcycle spare parts, I start on assembling of motorcycle. I start motorcycle assembling. I'm the first indigenous motorcycle assembling plant in Nigeria.
His wealth skyrocketed when he discovered a way to knock down the price of a motorcycle by more than half.
From 150,000 they are selling motorcycle, I make the price to come down to 60,000. The idea I brought that I checked the other people, they are bringing motorcycle in crates. They will put about 36 units in 140 feet container. But because of my idea, I have an idea of the spare parts, I decided to bring it in knockdown pieces, everything in pieces. When we come down here, we use local mechanics to assemble them. By then, we pack about 220 in one container. So the price also almost half of their own, because all their expenses is on 36. But we are doing expenses on 230 and 220. So it makes the price to drop almost 50% on that aspect. Later, I discovered again that motorcycles have a lot of plastic components. That is why I build plastic plant in Enugu. Immediately I build plastic plant in Enugu, I make the plastic component local. The price drop more.
Today, his conglomerate has diversified to manufacturing, employing more than 7,000 people with a plan to add another 3,000. There is a large plastic factory in Enugu and a vehicle manufacturing plant in Nnewi, the first in Nigeria.
And many people in Nigeria are thinking we are doing assembling, but we are not assembling, we are manufacturing. We buy components from those who make the components. Even anyone they make in Nigeria, we buy them, and also bring the one they made outside, and get them together here.
11,000 vehicles have been produced here, and his biggest client is the Nigerian military, for which he makes according to specification.
No. Motor manufacturing have one system. You cannot go to shortcuts. If you go to shortcut, you can't get it.
It's hardly a rosy start or a smooth ride for the billionaires in this town, who are products of a form of apprenticeship, perfected after the Nigerian Civil War of the late 60s. In its simplest form, a young boy will be sent to live with and understudy a trader, usually a relative or clan member, for about 7 years. He will be housed, fed and clothed by the trader, but not necessarily paid. His reward will come at the end of the internship in the form of seed capital for his own business.
I served my half-brother as an apprentice and started this business I'm doing with little or nothing after serving him.
Humphrey Ngonadi was until 2 years ago the chairman of the Nnewi Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. His dream of furthering his education beyond primary school was cut short by lack of money.
I was sleeping in the store in the night. In the morning, I'll wake up early, take my bath, continue in that business. I started in a quarter of a very small store. Very small store. I shared with 3 other people. One person is taking half, then 2 of us is taking the other half of the store, and from there, gradually, we are doing well.
He's also into the motorcycle business, but has diversified, like many Nnewi businessmen, into manufacturing, operating a 300 pieces per minute baby diaper factory.
The first thing that makes me to go into production is when I look at a lot of people going without job, I feel I can make some contributions to absorb some of these people.
The 93-year-old monarch of Nnewi, Igwe Orizo III, who has been on the throne for more than a half-century, recalls the strategic efforts made to transform the town from one known for just trading to an industrial hub.
Buying and trading. And at 12 years, I may even. We can do Nnewi na bombo. So there was a time say, look, I may depend on this buying and selling. Let us opt for industry and so on and so forth. Go house to house. I preach. Float industry in this town. So for the Murego, wait here and the chicken singer, you better her. And up to Kutis, the Ajur.
There are a number of factories in Nnewi, but Harvard-educated Obiajilo Uzodike was the man who set up the first purpose-built factory, where he manufactures his Q-Tix cable. His road to success is unlike that of the typical Nnewi businessman's.
I did engineering, mechanical engineering. Towards the end, I was dissatisfied because what was going on in Nigeria, they were saying that Nigeria lacked management capacity. So when I was doing my youth service in Calabar, teaching at the College of Technology in 1974-75, I started applying to all the good management schools I knew. Then in the US, I applied to Harvard, Stanford, MIT, and a couple of others. And luckily, I got admitted to Harvard, MIT, and Stanford.
But there was still something typically Nnewi about him.
When I graduated from Harvard, I took a job that was unusual. I took a job to go and sell, to set up something for an American company to go and sell. Because I knew that the fundamental of business is to be able to sell what you produce.
Two of his companies are now listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and he wants other people to restructure their businesses for posterity. Strong trading skills in manufacturing, backed by a prolific apprenticeship system, are what have made people of this town prosperous. With more trading going on and the people's resolve to get deeper into manufacturing, the wealth density could well grow further. Hilary Noruka, TVC News, Nnewi.